Greetings and salutations. Thank you for lending an ear to the voice of the times. It's Friday, April 8, 2022. For today's editorial, the world is gasping for clean air. The air you are inhaling right now may not be good for your health. At least that's what the World Health Organization, or WHO, is warning in its latest study on global air quality. Almost the entire global population, or 99%, breathes air that exceeds WHO air quality limits and threatens their health, according to the agency. What is alarming is that just 4 years ago, it was 90%. COVID lockdowns and travel restrictions provided pockets of improving air quality, but they had little overall cleansing effect. Air pollution has in fact grown into a major public health issue, one WHO official said. After surviving a pandemic, it is unacceptable to still have 7 million preventable deaths and countless preventable lost years of good health due to air pollution, the official added. Data from the study, drawn from 6,000 cities in 117 countries, also reveals a disturbing trend. The air is dirtiest in the Eastern Mediterranean, Southeast Asia, and Africa, the world's poorest regions. The study measured particulates in the air with high concentrations of toxins like sulfate and black carbon, which could damage the lungs or cardiovascular system. It also looked at concentrations of nitrogen dioxide or NO2, an urban pollutant associated with asthma. The WHO found that less than 1% of the cities in low and middle income countries passed its air quality standards. The risks from air pollution are not confined outdoors. Close to 4 million people die from household smoke produced by dirty stoves and fuels, the agency said. Last year, the Philippines was number 64 among 118 countries in terms of air pollution in the list of IQ Air, a Swiss air quality technology company. With a moderate index of 58. Bangladesh and Chad topped the list with an index of 161. Locally, the air is cleanest in Balanga in Bataan and most polluted in Cavite City. Early this year, the Center for Research on Energy and Clean Air and the Institute for Climate and Sustainable Studies published a report on the health and economic impacts of air pollution in the Philippines. The report noted that air pollution is costing the country 4.5 trillion pesos each year, and causing 66,000 deaths from non-communicable diseases and lung infections. The WHO points to the unabated use of fossil fuels as the main culprit that is dirtying up the planet's air. In the United States alone, coal-fired power plants discharge 42% of the total dangerous mercury emissions and 2/3 of sulfur dioxide emissions and other harmful particulates. Not far behind are the emissions belched out by millions of cars running on gasoline and diesel. Climate summits have produced a raft of targets for phasing out fossil fuels and hastening the switch to cleaner and renewable energy, but the pace of change is almost glacial. The favorite excuse of fossil fuel advocates is that the cost of making the transition would be monumental. They refuse to acknowledge that in the long run everyone will pay a higher price if the world is not weaned from fossil fuels. WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus is confident that soaring oil prices could be the catalyst that will help propel a much-awaited change. High fossil fuel prices, energy security, and the urgency of addressing the twin health challenges of air pollution and climate change underscore the pressing need to move faster toward a world that is much less dependent on fossil fuels, Ghebreyesus said. Air quality is not an abstract issue, the Philippine Report on Air Quality pointed out. Neglecting air pollution comes with a heavy bill in the form of increased healthcare and welfare costs, as well as loss of labor and economic productivity. Improved air quality would save millions of lives and trillions of pesos, it continued. If the country steps up efforts to meet WHO standards, the economic cost of ambient air pollution would decrease by 30%. Those are figures that are hard to ignore. It is deplorable that the world's economic giants, many of whom are also the leading polluters, continue to do so. And that's the editorial for Friday, April 8, 2022. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to our digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and listen to The Voice of the Times.